down your self-esteem until you just feel like crap, but you can't admit that. You can't say out loud, this job sucks and I hate it, because if you do, you might lose it. So you have to be like, oh yeah, I am really passionate about data entry. I just love getting data and entering it. Sometimes I do data entry on the weekends. I'm just weird like that. Like, I got a dog, I named him data entry. Like, what? No, I don't mind that the office smells of fish soup. I love it. This is closely connected to an idea.
Somebody has to do this, though. That's what's so weird about this, his arguments.
Elon Musk says Neuralink's going to be functional in like 5 to 10 years. Data entry will just
until
be
we
like,
have the computers in our brain that do all the data entry for us. Someone still has to do this job.
Do you think data entry will be around in 5 years? I'm not convinced it will.
Not if we have magic brain computers. Who the fuck? Yeah, I don't know. But but as I said, say 5 years from now, there's 0 data entry jobs, and 10 years from now, there's 0 trucking jobs because we all have automatic cars. Okay.
Yeah, that's coming.
Yeah, you're either gonna have UBI, or you're gonna have the government's gonna be paying people to do fucking nothing. They're gonna have some bullshit job that's just the guise of work.
My buddy just got a Tesla.
And look, maybe that's better than UBI.
Did you know that the Tesla costs an extra $10,000 to get the self-driving mode?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I didn't either. You'd think it came with the car. Nah, they get an extra 10 grand out of you. Yeah, exactly. Yep. Crazy.
You might have heard of called emotional labor. It was thought up by a sociologist called Arlie Hochschild in the 80s, who famously did a study of Delta Airlines flight attendants. They had to manage the emotions of their passengers, always having a smile and a helpful attitude, and a smile and a comforting presence, and a smile, and a smile, and a smile, and a smile, and a smile. Technically speaking, my data entry job didn't involve emotional labor.
Is it weird that an actor is complaining about emotional labor?
That's why the title is perfect. Yeah. Philosophy tube accidentally destroys his entire argument. Yeah, emotional labor is a thing that we call acting. It's literally what you're being paid for. It's not motion pictures, it's emotion pictures. But there is some variety, and I guess the actors take different roles because they want to experience the emotional range and being at work, always on stage, always in the same happy mode. Yeah, I guess that can get old. So
of course it can get old.
Yeah.
Even though I did have to pretend like I was working. In order for it to count as emotional labor, the job has to be public facing, and the performance has to be something your boss can monetize.
Yeah, that's acting, buddy. That's exactly what
that's literally acting.
Industry that you want to be in. The industry that you were fawning over just a second ago.
The smile on that face is part of what keeps them coming back to Delta.
Yeah, or the movie theater. If you're in a particular production, sure.
It is literally what you are being paid for. Not all emotional labor is bad. A nurse, for instance, might need to comfort a patient as part of their job, and that's okay. The question Hochschild asks, though, is, if Delta Airlines is paying you to smile, in what sense is that smile really yours? If your job is to produce an emotion.
I know, isn't that just like sit on the couch, you just took a big fat rip off your joint, you're like, oh man, it's so weird. Is the smile really yours?
You know what's weird? Let me tell you something what's real weird, Adam. Okay. Human beings, we have to steal the life force of other animals to survive. Like just, I don't know if you thought about this, Adam, okay? But like, there's a cow out there somewhere, like in the world, and it's eating grass, okay? The grass is getting energy from the sun, right? The grass is self-sustaining, it's self-sufficient, but then the cow comes along and it steals the energy of the grass by eating it. It goes, and it just murders that grass.
It's basically a grass rapist.
That's right, that cow raped the grass. And then what does the human do? The human comes along and murders the cow and steals the energy that the cow stole from the grass.
Yeah.
All of life is based around stealing energy from other things, Adam. I tell you, man, We live in a barbaric world.
It is. You should smile more.
See, this is why the vegans don't have an argument. Because all these animals are just stealing the energy from the poor plants. They're not
They
innocent.
are.
They're just as evil as the meat eaters.
Nobody's innocent. Nobody here is innocent.
But to address the point specifically, I mean, it's true, but it's stupid because it's like, well, if you work a job and you have a boss, your time and energy is technically not yours. In that time period, it's belonging to the boss that's paying you to do whatever work you're doing.
Yeah. I
So-
also on a psychology level, if you fake being happy long enough, you'll actually be happy. So, I mean, I'm kind of with the boss on this one. Like, put a smile on. Go ahead, give it a shot. See how it works.
Mm-hmm.
I used to always work with people who hated their jobs, and I mean, if you work in a restaurant, you make a lot more money if you are in a good mood, and then being in a good mood, making money puts you in a better mood. It's like a virtuous cycle.
Right.
The boss is just trying to get you on that virtuous cycle.
Positive attitudes are infectious.
They are, definitely. Yeah.
Who do you want to be around? The Debbie Downer?
Yeah, totally.
Or
No,
the
you don't.
positive, energetic person that gives you a little bit of pep, a little excitement?
Yeah. Yeah.
Unfortunately, I'm perpetually a Debbie Downer, so I just bring everything down.
Not really. You're not too bad. You're okay.
I like that. You're not too bad, Sitch.
You're not
okay.
terrible.
You're not
You're
terrible.
not awful.
And your boss owns everything you produce at work. And that emotion isn't really yours. It's theirs.
But this is what's stupid about this too, because it's all hyper focused on the boss. The boss owns your labor.
Mm-hmm.
Even if he had no boss, okay, you're still not the master of your energy and time, because you know who is? The customer.
Yeah.
You're still working for them. Like philosophy could Philosophy Tube come out and make a video that for some topic that he vehemently feels in his heart, but that he knows his audience will disagree with? Could he come out with that video?
Well,
All his patrons would leave him. All his audience would leave him. All his emotional labor he's whining about, he thinks it belongs to him, but it doesn't. It belongs to the audience that feeds him and supports him. This is all just a psychological issue. It's all just an issue of perspective in psychology that he's whining about.
Yeah, the most valuable thing at work is the experience. And he's literally making money off that experience now. Like he literally took it away from the job and has now monetized his experience at that job.
But so much, and while I am completely sympathetic to people that have shitty jobs and have shitty work situations, so much of the experience, especially that he's talking about, it's self-created to a large extent. You
What do
can
you mean?
create your own experience and your own environment to some extent.
Well, I mean work experience, like something you can take to another job to actually, like climbing the hierarchy has a lot to do with experience.
Sure. Yeah, but even that's a perspective, because you can go to a job that you don't like and you can view it as, I'm using this job to get me somewhere else I would rather be. Or you could look at it and say, I'm sitting here doing nothing, or I'm sitting here, being paid too little for too much work, and it's just draining me in my life, and I'm just dying every day inside. And it sucks because so much of life is you trying to program yourself to have a more positive attitude so that you'll be happier in life.
Yes. I've worked a lot of jobs that I hated, but I always just thought I got to get a different job. Like I never thought we need to destroy the whole economic system. Like I never thought, yeah, the entire world has to change because I hate this job.
Right. And it, like, say his job, he talks about this later, but say his restaurant job is a co-op. Okay.
Oh my God. Nightmare.
He's gonna think right now, he's like, that's good, because that means that my time and my labor would be my own. Wrong. What it would mean is that your time and your labor actually belongs to everyone else.
Yeah,
it belongs
the
to what
customers still.
well, not even the customers. It belongs to the majority of the people, because it's the majority of the people that make the decisions. You don't, as an individual, make the decisions. So like, for example, if 51% of the workers at the restaurant who own the co-op, want to change the restaurant to make it a burgers and fries place, and British guy over here wants to make it a fish and chips place. Okay.
Typical.
And so he gets overruled and it becomes a burger and fries place because by the 51%, he could sit there and say, oh, since I'm part of the 49%, I really want this to be a fish and chips place, but it's a burgers and fries place. This means that my emotional labor here is not my own. I'm really working for all these other people because I'm not doing what I want to do.
Yeah. Sad.